What's cracking, everybody? How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your wacky Wednesday. You can follow along on all Disruption Network social media platforms. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitch. We're live on the book, Faccia Book, as the Italians would call it. I don't know. I'm just making that shit up. But anyhow, shout out to my sponsors. If not for the sponsors, this podcast isn't possible. So thank you to my good friends over at EJA Moving Services. When you're ready to move and relocate, hit up Eddie and his crew at 315-335-0516. There's no task they can't handle. You know the cool thing about EJA is they give you free boxes. They not only give you free boxes, but they pack those boxes up, and then they put them on their truck, and they bring those boxes wherever you need for them to bring it. It's a great service. They'll pretty much move anything, anywheres, anytime, and they'll even transport your car to Florida or wherever it needs to go. So hit them up online, ejamoving.com. If you want a good meal this week, hit up Joey's at 307. It's 307 Mohawk Street. You could give them a call today and set up some reservations at 315-864-3527. Shout out to my friends over at Utica Coffee. I don't even know what coffee I'm drinking today, but it's freaking delicious, and it just wakes me the hell up, as the old slogan says. So find them online at wakethehellup.com. Shout out to my attorney, Dave Longaretta. If you need some legal advice, give him a call today at 315-735-6162. Thank you to my friends over at Saranac. Check them out online, saranac.com. And also Ballsy, ballwash.com. Use promo code members only for a 15% discount. I think Phil Vanno could use some nut rub in his life. Chelan.
I think he has some.
Does he?
I think so. I probably got him some. I got some Happy Balls wash for Christmas.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
See, for all the kids. And I have 3 guys in the house, so I'm,
Well, I have a promo code.
Okay.
And you can use it and get yourself a little discount.
Okay,
so
perfect.
next time you're looking to clean your husband's balls, think of me.
He keeps them pretty clean.
I'm sure he does. Chelan Vanno in the house with me today. We are talking Embodied Utica, a culinary journey through the chakras and ecstatic dance.
Yeah.
And this is an event that's going on February the 11th, and it's located where? At 171, correct?
Yes.
On Genesee Street.
Mm-hmm.
Talk a little bit about how this whole thing got started and how you brainstormed on this event.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah. So it's been a process, honestly. This idea just kind of came to me, and it's been a whole process of figuring out, how can I actually launch this thing into reality,
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of came to me after I went on a little solo thing up in Sylvan Beach. My massage therapist, who I'm now friends with too, was like, hey, do you want to use this place and go get away? I have 2 boys, and they're in football, and I was running constantly, one on JV, one on modified, constantly all over the place, and I was just fried, and the holidays were coming up. And so I went away, and I just recentered myself, and I came back home, and this idea came to me, and I called a couple close friends and said, hey, is this a crazy idea? And everybody was like, no, it sounds great. So I just started to brainstorm, and then I started looking for a venue, and 171 Genesee Street came up, and I was like, this place is awesome. There's so many cool spaces there. It's got a ton of opportunity. And I called them. I'm like, can I come look at the space? And that was the first step, and then once I went there, I was just like, yes, I envisioned everything, and they were just like, what do you want to do? And I told them, and they've been so great helping me out to just make this happen.
So describe the event. What's going to happen inside this event?
Yeah, okay. So we'll start with a mocktail reception. So it's no drugs or alcohol.
A mocktail.
Mocktails.
I like it.
Yeah. So, I started my, sober journey 6 years ago, and I have learned how to, interact with the world in a way that, alcohol is a prime thing that people do,
Mm-hmm.
But I also I want a mocktail. I want something to drink. I want a fancy cocktail, that doesn't have alcohol in it. And sometimes I have to resort to, club soda and a lime or something boring. There's not a lot of options. And a lot of people are expanding. They're starting to do this, 0 proof stuff, right, where they mix you a drink and there's no alcohol. Mm-hmm. So, that's what we'll start. It will be an hour. There'll be 5 different options. People can select from those options, and they'll just mingle and hang out. Yeah.
So what are the options? Do you know? Do you have a drink menu?
Yeah, I do have a drink menu. I don't have it on me right now, but one is an elderberry fizz. So elderberry syrup.
Very good.
Alternative to regular cough syrup. Mm-hmm. With some club soda, a lime, maybe a little agave nectar to sweeten it up a little bit. But yeah, that's one option. But there's 4 other ones. It's on the website. People can check it out. They're really herbally infused things that are, there's metaphysical properties along with the actual physical attributes of the herbs and stuff. So yeah, I took a lot of time to look into, do you want to feel up and at them, or do you want to feel kind of relaxed? What do you need? And so there'll be a little description under there to give people an idea of like what they'll get from the drink.
Yeah, people like options.
Yeah.
Yes. So after the mocktail party happens, take me on this journey.
All right. Well, it's a 7-course tasting menu. So you'll get 4 out the gate, and they'll come out, and they'll be on a little tray, a little plate. And I will walk you through a guided journey. So the chakras, if you're not familiar, I don't know if you've done yoga or whatever, but it's kind of, it's the energy centers in the body.
Yep.
So each item that I've selected as the food item is aligned to each chakra. So there's certain types of food that can activate the chakra or are grounding. So I've talked a lot about the beet, one of my all-time favorite vegetables ever. A little bit of a pain to cook, but it's good for you. The beet ravioli. So that's the first chakra.
Beet raviolis.
Yeah. Yeah, roasted beet ravioli, mascarpone cheese, mascarpone thyme filling. And it will be like one little thing, and I'll do a whole meditation. So I've written an entire meditation, guided, that will give you an opportunity to slow down, right? Smell the food, look at the food, feel the energy in your body as you eat the food, activate your chakra. What are we trying to do? Like, what are we trying to cultivate by eating this food? We're so rushing all the time, and we go to dinner, and I love to eat out. Utica's got a ton of options for eating out. I love dining out, takeout, all that stuff. This is just a slower pace. There won't be a lot of chit-chat,
So I got to ask, what chakra does the beet align up with?
The root.
The root.
Root chakra. So base of the spine, way back here. So, yeah, grounding, right? How do you feel on earth? Very grounding, stable, creating security in your life. Do you feel safe?
I like it. So what other foods are you pairing your chakras with?
Yeah, okay. God, this is a lot. So, there's so many things, so there's lots of things.
I think this is a first for Utica, too.
Yeah, it is a first. Yeah.
Great. Cool.
So definitely the meditation portion of it is definitely a first. So this is I did a lot of research, and I haven't seen this particular thing done before. I mean, meditating with food is done, we should be honoring our food. We should be giving it gratitude, whatever it is. If it's a Dorito or if it's the most organic chicken you can buy, either one, it's still going in your body.
What chakra does Dorito line up with?
I don't know. Ask my son. Ask Tyler. They eat a lot of Doritos.
Do they?
Yeah. We try to balance it out with some fruit, but all right. Let me see. What other one do I want to talk about? Okay. How about the plum baklava?
Okay.
So it's going to be a plum lavender baklava. So that will be the second course, right?
Interesting.
So we'll do the first 4, and then you'll have a little break. Maybe, get up, have a, go to the bathroom, whatever you got to do. Then we'll settle back in, and we'll do the upper chakras. So that one is for the throat chakra. So the throat chakra, we're opening up our your throat chakra must be wide open, see, because if you can just get on get on podcasts and talk and be authentic and talk, speak your truth and have discernment for how you take in information, how you give information out. So that's the throat chakra. So the plum is the color of the throat chakra, blue. So a lot of the food will be related to colors as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll be a very colorful palette on your plate.
So it's color coordinated.
Yeah, it's color coordinated. Yeah, until you get to the crown. The crown is more ethereal. That's the crown chakra. It's located at the top of your head. It's how you connect to the divine. It's that spiritual essence. It doesn't have a lot of actual food related to it. It's more, you can really activate your crown chakra through fasting, water, very pure water, lots and lots of water, and how you eat, So that's a little bit more ethereal, but we are doing a juniper berry cookie. So that's going to be pretty cool. Juniper berries, I could go on and on, but there's so many physical properties, metaphysical properties. I posted tons of this stuff on my page too. So, yeah.
So what are some of the properties of juniper?
Okay, juniper. So, yeah, it's a shrub, right? So it's one of the oldest shrubs, known on Earth.
Is that right?
And we've been using it medicinally for a very, very long time for many, many things. So, yeah, and it's also activating as far as your energetic properties as well too. So just tapping into that ancient wisdom, right? I think it's in the body. I think we give a lot of our authority away when it comes to our health and our well-being, right?
Right.
I can read a book and I can implement those things in my life. more protein, this thing, that thing. I really want to give people the ability to realize that you can apply those things, but see how you feel about them truly, right? Don't take everything at face value. Like everything all the knowledge that you hold within you is available, So just feeling into that. So, I'll give them options. If they don't want to eat it, they don't have to. I'm not going to get mad.
What I like is you're talking about slowing it down.
Yeah.
Because we're always on the go.
Yeah.
I don't care. Us as humans are always move, and especially this day and age when everybody's instant gratification age.
Oh my God!
As I hold up my phone,
tell me about it.
Everything is they need to get the information right now.
Yeah.
They need it right now. And then when it comes to food, it's quick. Just how big is the line at Dunkin' Donuts right now?
Yeah, right.
Huge.
Yeah.
It is.
Totally.
And it's garbage food.
Yeah.
And garbage coffee too. I hate to say it, but
I hear you.
You drink Utica coffee, by the way, people. Anyways, but
definitely.
people are like so gotta move, gotta go.
Yeah.
It's important to slow it down.
It is.
And it's because it aligns your chakras when you start to slow it down.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
And this event right here is really going to help people slow down, meditate. So how does the meditation come into a factor in this event?
Yeah, so there'll be some music in the background, and DJ E's one will be playing some
Never heard of that guy.
for me.
Be careful, that dude.
He's awesome. He's been so great. He's been so helpful and just, I'm going to let him do his thing for the most part,
Yeah, that's cool.
But so in the background, there'll be some music. But yeah, we'll talk, I'll walk them through like picking up your fork, cutting the beet. Just looking at it, seeing if you feel anything in your body.
You're really slowing it down.
Yeah, we're really slowing it down. You're going to smell it.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to put it in your mouth. Just leave it there for a bit. Move it around. Chew for a while. Not 2-3 chews. Chew for a minute. And then let that go down. And then I'll talk about the chakra and what the physical properties are. And then there'll be some affirmations that I'll say, and you can say them to yourself. Like when we eat the root chakra, I am safe. Just embodying safety and recognizing that in yourself. Like I'm safe right now, and that's really, it's intention. It's not even the food. I mean, yeah, the food has something to do with it, but I think what your intention is around eating the food is even bigger. It's the energy that you're putting in the food. Yeah.
This is amazing. No, it's a great idea.
Thanks.
It's just something you've been brainstorming for a while, or did it just hit you overnight? Did you have like an epiphany or a dream or something?
I was channeling, I think, an idea. I was drawing and doing some art, and this idea kind of came in during that. Like sometimes when I need to slow down, I'll do some drawing or art. I'm into sacred geometry. I like to do that. And I like to, assess and use crystals with that as well, to just, I don't know for what, exactly. It's kind of just comes to me. But yeah, the idea just kind of plopped in. And I got real excited about it, right? Lots of energy. And then it was like, okay, how am I going to put this into reality? It's just a thought at that point. But then I've been always into herbs, right? So like I love to grow my own herbs. I love to go to the farmer's market. I am curious. I'm endlessly curious about things. So as I started to incorporate things like ashwagandha,
I've been taking that a lot, actually.
Right?
It's helped me a lot.
Yeah. Bee pollen, cacao. Just as I started to use those things, I started to feel a million. The truth of the matter is, I feel great. I don't know what it is exactly, but I think it has a lot to do with the food that I'm putting in my body, the activities that I'm doing, the things that I'm not doing anymore, those types of things. So it's a whole integrated, like holistic approach of like trusting my own needs, right? And I'm not saying that I never eat a hamburger or, something that's crappy. No, oh my God, pizza, that's every week in my house. I have, with 2 teenage boys and an Italian husband, we're getting pizza all the time, lots of pizza. So
yeah, it's amazing. Like, and you don't even know what they're putting in our food these days. No. And that's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down, but let's not touch that.
We can do that some other time.
Yeah, we can do that some other time. But I do want to ask you, you're busy. You got 2 kids.
Yep.
You got a busy husband. You got a busy life.
Yeah.
How do you maintain to slow it down? Are you able to slow down and give some time to yourself every day?
Yeah.
And how do you do that?
Lots of ways. Sometimes it's a walk in the woods. Sometimes it's a bath. Sometimes it's yoga. Sometimes it's dancing around the house. That's why I'm incorporating the ecstatic dance because, I'm trying to embody my feminine essence, right? this is just my experience, growing up, I had an awesome dad. I mean, he was really great. And he was really like, if you want to sit at the table, I had to present as like masculine, right? Like I had to be like one of the guys at the boardroom doing my thing, whatever. But over time, I've realized that I really needed to kind of embody my feminine more to balance that out, I want to just be me. I don't want to have to be what you think I need to be in order to be heard or listened to or, my ideas to be considered. So, so the dancing is big, for a woman to embody her sexuality at my age, I'm 42 years old, which is like awesome. I wish I could stay in my 40s forever. I really didn't look forward to this time in my life when I was younger, but now it's like,
isn't it funny? Like back in the day, you would make fun of people who were in their 40s,
they're
but
old,
now here
old.
we are.
Yeah.
And you're old, and I never even thought I'd make it this far, and here we are. But it's important. Balance is key.
Yeah, it is.
And that's where you start to really learn. Like life doesn't happen till after 40. I think. I mean, we've done and accomplished a lot of stuff in our lives, but once you get to 40, then you become smarter, wiser. You start to, be more focused on your body and your health.
Totally.
And then you start to realize like all that stuff doesn't matter. You start to cut out toxic people.
Yeah.
Like all these things come into a factor once you hit 40. 40 changed me, I'll tell you that.
I turned 40 during the pandemic,
Did you?
Yeah. And so, which was actually fine. I mean, I rode out the pandemic up in Deerfield. I bought a beautiful house up in Deerfield, and I didn't want to leave. I'm on 7 acres now, so I can just walk around. And, that was like a whole thing, too. I mean, that was definitely divinely aligned, how we even found that house and how we got in just under the cusp of the whole market craziness. And so it's just been, it was fine. I just embraced being alone for a while, and I loved it. I learned so much about myself in 3 years, but now it's kind of like, maybe I want to kind of get out there and do something like this event. I was teaching yoga and meditation before, and I still do a ton of yoga on my own. Mostly I do some classes and stuff, but I'm really into like chanting and mantra, gong, sound baths. Yeah, totally. Like the vibrational frequency, like we're just vibrating atoms right now.
Right.
Everything around us is. So if you can just think of that, and then take that into consideration when you're eating your food, that's just a vibrational frequency too. Can you embody that frequency? Yes, you can, So it's subtle. There's so much subtle essence to this world that we're in. And when we're constantly like this, taking in content, right? I'm taking in everybody else's content. What's my thought? What's your thought?
Yeah. But the thing is, too, like these also can make you miserable as well.
Oh, totally.
Because you start comparing your life to other people's through social media.
Yeah.
And then and I've gone blind from my phone. I mean, I can't even see anymore without my, cheaters on.
Yeah, me too. Oh, my God.
I'm at that age where it's like, oh, my God, I can't see. Yeah. I've got cheaters all over the house. Just because I know I break them very easy. But anyways, they do. They can affect your life in a positive manner, but also in a very negative manner as well.
Totally.
I mean, if not for these things, we're on the internet right now, doing our thing, and it has its pluses and minuses.
It's a balancing act for sure. Yeah, I mean, I was on a social media hiatus, so when I went up on that little 2-day getaway on my own, I was off it until I had to do this. And I was like, okay, my husband, I was like, can you help me with the social media stuff? I don't really know how I to do it, but then it kind of got a little easier, because it's about, when you're putting yourself out there like that, you have to be like somewhat like, okay, I'm going to do this thing. And, you're wondering like, what are other people thinking or whatever? Or am I judging myself against other people? But it's just it's like a growth. It's an opportunity to be like, I'm just who I am, and that's all there is to it. If you don't like it, I don't care.
It's important to shut off the social media for a while.
Yeah.
Just to help recharge a little bit, help reset the battery.
Yeah. It's the kids too. I mean, that's a
the
real
kids
struggle.
are they're shot now. They live on TikTok now.
It sucks.
Or as I call it, TikChat or Snap Talk.
Yeah.
And they get mad at me when I mispronounce it. It was like, well, you're on it nonstop. You need to get off it. And God forbid you take their phones away from them and they don't know what to do in their life.
Yeah.
I had said this Stephanie's son the other day. I'm like, imagine if I dropped you off in 1985. He's like, I wouldn't survive. He wouldn't be able to survive in 1985. He straight out told me that. Like, I don't know if I can handle it.
Isn't it funny though?
It's crazy.
I have 2 kids, right? So my 14-year-old, I mean, for the minute he could play video games, he was. I mean, we were playing Mario Brothers, all that kind of stuff. My other son, Charlie, he's just not. He'll play a little bit of Minecraft with his friends or whatever, but he's just not into it. He's out. We watched that show Alone. Have you ever heard of it? They drop you off in the middle of like nowhere, and it's like they have to videotape themselves like trying to survive in the wilderness and stuff. So we just binge watched that, and I mean he's out in the woods, making he's going to be the one if the apocalypse happens. He'll be the one to help me survive. He's ready to set snares and get a bow and arrow and everything.
That a boy.
Yeah,
nice Charlie.
Yeah, Charlie's the shit.
I gotta ask though, when you're dancing around the house, what music you listening to?
Oh my God, so many things. Oh geez, okay, so everything. We were talking about music before I got on here, but it depends on the mood I'm in, right? So we went and saw Spoon over the summer. That was great. We went and saw Rage Against the Machine. Sometimes I'll get into that. I love all types of music. So it's really hard to pinpoint. Like on my way over here, though, I was listening to Lizzie Jeff. I have a little bit of a thing. She's a little obscure woman that is kind of not, exactly mainstream yet. But yeah, she gets me fired up.
Okay.
Yeah, she gets me real fired up. She's like hip hop,
okay.
But like ascension hip hop, like talking about crystals, talking about herbs, talking about this kind of stuff. You know what I mean? About embodying your power, and you're a powerful goddess. You know what I mean? So like that gets me really fired up. But I put EQX on 102.7 EQX out, and that was where I grew up.
Yeah.
So I grew up like
Great
listening
station.
to that alternative radio station. So I'll just put that on.
Yeah.
You
can get it through the app.
Yeah, through the app. It's awesome. I love it.
It's a great station.
Yeah, it is.
And people, if you've never listened to EQX, it really is the best radio station in the world. Not in the
so
at least the Northeast.
Yeah, it is.
Good stuff.
So I do that,
Now, meditation. Have you been meditating for a while?
Yeah, probably like 6 years.
So 6 years?
Yeah.
Did it, when you first started, was it hard for you to meditate?
Okay, so there's lots of ways to meditate. Like if we're talking traditional meditation where you sit down and try to stop your thoughts, that's not
so
easy
hard
for me at all.
Same.
But I got into mantra meditation, so it's like chanting. I think transcendental meditation is that too, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But the mantra meditation, it helps me to get into that, to drop in. So you start chanting, right? And you're also chanting like really divinely inspired words, and it helps me to just shut that mechanism off in my brain. So, chanting mantra meditation has been primarily my mechanism for meditation, but everything is a meditation, right? I mean, I was just thinking about this on the way here. I was thinking about, used to love to roller skate, like in the, the 90s, right? My girlfriends and I, we would go meditate, or we would go roller skate, but we would do that shuffle skate where you shuffle around and you would have to listen to that music, and you'd be like, do, 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 do,
Move
do,
to the
and
rhythm.
you would just like, cross over and stuff like that. Like that's a meditation. Like you have to like trust your body. You have to just kind of go with it. So yeah, and I do walking meditation in the woods. I do regular journeying meditation, like guided meditation. Sometimes I'll just grab a crystal, lay down, and just sit there. I'll listen to frequencies, like vibrational frequencies, whale song. It depends,
Many different ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, just clearing your head,
clearing it,
clearing your thoughts, and then you come back and feel more refreshed.
Yeah, it only takes a couple minutes, if you only have a couple minutes. But I do set a lot of time aside for my self-care.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think more people should be doing that as well.
Yeah.
Because we get too wrapped up in our lives and our phones and whatnot. And, And it's important to take care of the health and the mental health, if you will.
Yeah. It makes me a better it's easier for me to do all the things that I need to do for my kids and working. I work a full-time job, So I mean, I have a lot going on, but I have I'm spending a lot of time with my family. We like to do stuff too, so it's all good, It's just, but you're right. I won't have the energy to do that if I let myself get down to the point where I have none left. So it's like the energy bar on your phone. Where's your energy bar? Are you in the red? Because if you are, you're going to shut down eventually with disease, sickness, who knows what,
No matter who you are.
Yeah, it will manifest in the physical. If I don't take care of it in the, energetic level, like clearing my energy too. If I'm around a lot of people, or, I do have some, people in my life that, are rubbing me the wrong way or whatever, I have to, clear that energy.
Yeah.
So it doesn't spill over.
Right. You think getting sober is what brought you to this level, huh?
It started it, yeah. It was definitely a start for sure. And then, yeah, I went to Kundalini Yoga retreat, which I had never done yoga before. And if you don't, when you think about Kundalini Yoga, I mean, it skyrockets you into like a spiritual experience.
Okay,
and
what is it?
So Kundalini it's like the coiled serpent in like your root chakra, right? And it can move up into the higher energy centers. So some of the moves that we do, it activates the energy and it literally pulls the energy up. So you hold bandha, you do breath work, things like that. And you're like stimulated. You're like high on life.
Yeah.
So that kind of catapulted me into like just journeying through some new stuff, So yeah, that was kind of my like initial spiritual awakening. And then, yeah.
And then it just woke you up and
woke me up.
And here you are. Mm-hmm. And do you practice that yoga every day, or is it like a weekly thing? Or?
No, I do some sort of yoga every day, but yoga, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about yoga. And, I mean, at Roots Yoga, she's great. She puts those myths, she has on there like the myths of yoga, and yoga means union. It doesn't mean you're stretching all the time, things like that. So yeah, I do some sort of, meditation yoga pretty much every day.
I love it.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll take a class. Sometimes I'll watch a class. Something like that.
My mother's checking and she's saying she meditates in the desert. The silent is golden. Yes. And it is. For me, it's the treadmill. When I'm on the treadmill.
Oh, yeah.
Or a walk. Mm-hmm. If anytime I'm moving in that kind of fashion, it's like somehow it just shuts all down and I'm in a zone.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the 45 minutes or the hour is up.
Right.
And like, where'd that time go? What just happened? And then I'll back into it,
Yeah.
And then also boxing. I've been boxing a lot lately.
Fun.
And it's been
into
great.
That.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Mm-hmm. And I come out of there feeling $1 million. I could have the worst day, the worst morning, whatever, get pissed off and go in and start hitting things with my boy Jamie and come out of there and it's all in the past.
Yeah.
And like, here I am, a new person.
Yeah, I love that. I mean, was running for a little while, but I work out too. Like I do actual like strength training and stuff, which I need to do for me personally. Like I have a lot of energy in general, so I have to expend it in some sort of way. And so, yeah, working out was really big. I hike. I've been doing some of the high peaks in the Adirondacks, and that's a whole journey in and of itself, right? Because you're in the woods for like 22 miles. You're in like backcountry.
For sure.
So it's a mental game. Yeah. It's like, it's not my body. My body will carry me out of here. It's you're like, I just got to the top and I have like an 8-hour walkout,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been really great.
Are you trying to become a 46er?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many you got under your belt so far?
12.
12?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did one with Charlie. Charlie did 2 with me. Yeah.
Did he really?
Yeah. We did Cascade and Porter together, and he's like a little mountain goat. He's like running. So he'll help me if I get real old. He'll probably would do them with me to get me up to the top. Because you see a lot of people, and it's hard. It's not
hard.
easy. Yeah. So
yeah, I can't remember which the last one I did. It was like my knees were killing me so bad I couldn't even walk afterwards.
Use the poles.
I do now.
Yeah,
after that, it was like I had to.
Yeah.
It's not really so much the going up; it's the coming down.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough on your body. And I mean, I've been doing a lot of squats, a lot of lunges. That helps.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, the first couple I did, I wasn't as good a shape as I am now, and yeah, I mean, it took me a couple days to but I think it's just part of my personality. I want to wear myself down to the point where then I'm just like in self-care mode for 2 full days, baths and food and, just wicked taking care of myself.
It's important to do different types of workouts too, and not just stick to the same old gym routine or the same old boxing routine or whatever. It's take a hike and maybe play some sports or do whatever.
Yeah.
Take a run.
Skiing is fun.
Yep.
Yeah. We started skiing last year, so the kids want to go this weekend, and of course it's going to be like 9 degrees out.
Oh my God, I know.
I don't mind the winter, but I'd rather be cozy.
I think we got it way easy this year, but who knows? I mean, February still hasn't hit in March yet.
Oh, and April, for that matter.
And April, too.
Yeah.
It could snow in May. You never know. But if we got through this far with, like, minimal snow, we won, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I like the snow. It's pretty. I don't mind it.
I like it for Christmas.
Yeah, I guess if you live upstate, I try to just embrace the seasons, as they come. It is a long winter, but I got a lot of stuff to do inside. I got a lot of books to read. I got a lot of meditating to do, so it makes the winters easier when when I find things to keep myself occupied, like this event, right? I mean, I was like, this week, February is going to fly, right? January, February, like I kicked this event off before the holidays.
Did you?
I had to go away for work for a week. And then, so it's like, yeah, I mean, my mind's been occupied with doing this and stuff. So the creative part of it has been a lot of fun, just developing the different food and all that.
Okay, cool. I dug up the event.
Oh, good.
I got it up here, and you have all your drink selections.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you have a vanilla Earl Grey mocktail.
Yeah.
So what vanilla and Earl Grey, what's the... What
Earl Grey is a type of tea.
Yep, of course.
So, yeah, these ones aren't specifically aligned with the chakras.
Okay.
But this one is like a vanilla syrup, so it's like with vanilla beans.
Kind of wake you up a little bit with the Earl
this
Grey.
one will give you a little bit of a pickup. Yep.
Rosemary pear.
Yep, rosemary pear.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, it's really refreshing. What is this? I don't have it on there, the full menu. I wish I had it. Want me to grab it?
No, you have it. It's right here.
No, but I mean, I have like little descriptions. But
you do?
Right.
No, it's not on. That's okay.
Oh, that's okay. I probably posted it. I'm sure I did.
It's on here. You got grapefruit thyme.
Yep, thyme,
whatever.
Yeah, that's all right. Thyme.
Cucumber, lime, lavender.
Yes, lavender again.
That's a little spritzer. Elderberry fizz, as you mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Ice golden milk turmeric.
Yes. So turmeric. So golden milk is like a yogi thing, right? So yeah, we drink golden milk. So this is like an iced option. Yeah.
And also, you're going to have water, coffee, tea, and espresso.
Oh, espresso,
available.
baby. Got to have it. Although I've been learning a lot more about caffeine. So I feel like that's kind of like maybe the next thing that I have to tackle
Yeah.
for myself. I love coffee.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I
mean...
Right now, currently, it's my biggest vice.
Mine too, 100%. I have an espresso maker. I'm like, meh.
But you do have the tasting menu up as well.
Yep.
So we talked about the beet ravioli, sweet potato, and goat cheese pomegranate. What is it? Croissante?
Yeah. So the sweet potato will be like sliced and then roasted, right? Like a crostini. Instead of the bread, it will be like a little piece of sweet potato, and then on top of that, it will be the goat cheese and the pomegranate seeds. So that's like that's the sacral chakra. So sacral chakra is where your creativity comes from, where your fertility, your sexuality, right? It's that whole reproductive area. So obviously, a seed, a little red juicy seed, is going to help activate that. As well, it was mentioned on, when I was on Talk of the Town, that it's an aphrodisiac too. So
sweet potato is so good for you.
So good. I have some in the fridge. I'll probably make them tonight, actually.
Do you eat the skins too?
Yeah, I like to.
Me too. Yellow gazpacho.
Gazpacho.
Yeah, gazpacho, whatever.
So that's cold. It's peppers. It's like yellow. It's going to be yellow in color. And
I can never say any of the food right.
That's okay.
Steph makes fun of me daily.
Don't even worry about it. Yeah, it's fine.
The whole week. It's a whole wheat crouton, right?
Yeah. So a little piece of bread, but it'll be whole wheat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And what chakra is this activating?
So this one is the solar plexus. So yellow for the solar plexus. So the solar plexus is your fire, and you can do one of two things. This is a cooling. So if you need more fire in your life, right, and you don't have a lot of energy, you can activate it with spicy food, things like that, warm food, whatever. But this is actually a cooling. So it's actually kind of taking it down a little bit. Yeah, because it's cold. It's like
cheddar cups and avocado feta mousse.
Yeah, so avocado, right? I mean, I just am obsessed with avocado. Like, I basically eat one a day, probably.
Do you?
Yeah. I need to get more calories because I'm burning a ton of calories with working out and stuff. So, I'll just pound down an avocado because it's so super good for you, and it's got, like, lots of protein. And I used to be, like, worried about how many calories I was eating and stuff, like, right? But that had to go. Now I just eat whatever I want pretty much,
I feel that you can eat whatever you want as long as you put the work into it behind it. Like if you exercise, burn off those calories in other ways,
Right, and you're putting quality stuff in my body too. Right. I'm not putting, a Big Mac. I can't remember the last time I had a Big Mac, but it's okay.
Cheddar cups with avocado feta mousse. What chakra is that aligning up with?
That's the heart chakra.
The heart chakra.
Yeah, so it's green. The avocado is obviously heart healthy. So the heart chakra is about opening up your heart, right? And love. The connection. Some people are shut down in their heart. They can't express love. They can't receive love. Receiving love is hard sometimes, right? You can't ask for help all the time. You can't put yourself out there. So, yeah, it's about opening up your heart to people of all types, not just people that are like you, people that are different than you, So, yeah, that's what the heart is in general. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to it, but in general, it's just about being compassionate, being kind to yourself, loving yourself for who you are, just in all of your quote unquote flaws, whatever society says your flaws are, just you're all good.
You're all
You're
good.
all good.
Everything's going to be okay. This is something I want right now, and that's the Concord Great Sorbet.
Oh my gosh, Dad, that's going to be delicious, right? Yeah. So that's third eye chakra. So there's the color of like the universe, right? So when you see like those pictures of the universe and there's that really dark purple?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. And grapes are great for your third eye chakra. So the third eye is like opening up your intuition, you know? So when you're meditating, right, they tell you to bring it up into that spot, right, between your eyes, right? So it's activating the pineal gland. So yeah, so that's the third eye. It's about just like trusting, right, what you see in that discernment we talked about before. Knowing, right? Like when I went to teacher training for Kundalini yoga and you listen to somebody, right? You can hear them and you'll also intellectually absorb what they're saying. But do you ever have that time where you listen to somebody and you're like feeling it? It's like a knowing. It's like you're remembering. So like, yeah, when your third eye chakra is open, it helps you to really have that discernment of like, what's true for you? Like when we're watching TikTok, anybody in the world can make a TikTok video. That's what I have to tell my 14-year-old. Just because you saw it on TikTok, I'm not going to get into what's true and what's not here. But can you feel into that? Does it feel true to you? Because it might be true for that person, but it might not be true for you. So that's the third eye.
Love it.
Yeah.
Can you send me some of that?
Yeah, definitely. I can't wait to try it.
And a juniper spice chocolate hazelnut cookie.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's the juniper we talked about, the crown chakra. So it's just a little more. So it's got chocolate in it. Chocolate, again, the aphrodisiac. So like I said, the crown chakra, and maybe, I don't know if I talked about this, but like it's not, it's like the fasting. It's really about that. So this is just kind of a little extra thing to help us tap into that. So when I talk about the item, we'll also activate the chakra at the same time. So it's not, it's like a combination between the food and the energy that you're putting into the food. That's also been put into the food, right? Giving gratitude for that. Look at all the things that have to go into that. And how did the hazelnut get there? The sun, the moon, the stars, the rain, the ground, the grocer, the person that picked it. All of the people that brought that item to your plate. Just the abundance of energy that's generating into that little tiny cookie.
Amazing how you can really, really pick that apart.
Right.
And think about like just how many different hands have been on that product or the journey that little hazelnut went through.
Right. And then that you're going to absorb it into your body and it's going to give you energy too. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. This is a pretty extensive event you got going on over here. It's going to start at 5:30. It's going to last through to about 10:30.
Yeah.
So after the food's all done, are you guys going to have like a little dance party?
Oh yeah, that's going to be awesome.
That's when you get funky.
That's when we get funky. So yeah, that's when Gabe will really get started. He'll play us some music. It will be a journey. We'll start out kind of slow. I know it's probably going to be challenging for some people to really let loose in that environment without having a couple cocktails. But I have a lot of friends and family that are coming, and they'll get us all started. And you can just do what you want, and move in any way you want to. It's up to you. If you want to just kind of sit there and just sway along with the music, that's cool too. Like whatever feels good for you. So the ecstatic dancing really can move some energy in your body. It can clear energy. It can actually clear trauma. And I talked about this before too, about the trauma, for women, it's held in the hips. We do a lot of hip openers in yoga to try to release some of that tension, that stress, that strain, that we have there. And so dancing is obviously a little hippie, I get, the hips are always going in my dance moves. I don't know, but that's just me.
A little hippie jig.
Hippie jig, yeah. I love to dance. It's so fun. It just picks your energy up too, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and then when you're with a bunch of people, and it's like non-judgment. I don't care what you're doing. I hope you don't care what I'm doing because I'm going to just do my thing, while I'm there and just have a good time. And we'll see how it goes, like you said, it's the first of its kind. I'm going to ask for feedback afterwards. I want to hear what other people have to say. And then who knows what we'll do next. I'd really love to incorporate like gluten-free next time so we can start to do that, have an alternative menu, maybe do different things, maybe go around to other restaurants and offer just a meditation at, do a pop-up somewhere or
You're
something.
onto something here.
Yeah.
You really are onto something here. It's amazing. Amazing you just open up that third eye and see what transports.
Yeah.
Transpires rather. So this is really cool. So it's called Embodied. Embodied Utica, a culinary journey through the chakras and ecstatic dance, and it's happening February 11th next week.
Yes.
It's happening so fast.
Yeah. So tickets are, selling, and they have to be. So I have to know by the 6th at the latest. So really, that's the drop dead date. So if you're looking to get a ticket, if you can get it right away. So the seating too. If people buy tickets, if they buy them in groups, I'll try to group people together. And I'll send out an email before to all the attendees, like kind of giving them a little bit more information, just so that they know kind of what to expect. And then if they have a request to like sit with, their friend or whatever, I can try to pair people up so that they're, sitting with people that they know. But
awesome.
Yeah.
Where can they get tickets?
On Eventbrite, or they can go to Facebook. Maybe we can link it under this or whatever on Facebook. And
yep, it's there is a Facebook link, and there's a page an event page that has been made.
There's an event page, but there's a link.
If you go to eventbrite.com/embodied Utica, you can find it there.
Oh God, yeah, it will come right up. I made sure I was searching for it. It comes up.
Is this something that you think is going to happen annually, or you just want to see how this one goes first and go from there?
Some new things are already starting to pop up. Just by having conversations with people about what I can do. Maybe like a tea party kind of thing where we could do tea and some of this meditation. I'm going to maybe start doing some more chanting meditation classes at Roots Yoga to talk about what it's like, just walking people through the meditation. So we'll see. I'm not really sure where it's going to go. I'm going to try to just do this thing and then let nature and the universe just guide me into my next thing. But I mean, it's called Embodied Utica. It could easily be called Embodied Troy. It could easily be called Embodied Burlington, whatever, so we could kind of, as it unfolds, maybe potentially I could just kind of go to different cities in the area and do it there.
You're going to embody the Northeast.
I am. And, that's a collective consciousness, it's like, let's get our community together and do something like that, because it just allows you to kind of present in the world differently. I think if you spend a little bit of time just contemplating or considering some of the more subtle things in life.
I think you got a cool thing going here.
Thank you, Z.
This is going to be good.
Thanks.
I wish you success and nothing less. This is going to be awesome. and hopefully this takes off and people start getting into this. Because it's important for your mental health and aligning your chakras. And you get to eat great food and have some really cool cocktails, hang out with cool people, and dance your ass off. Who doesn't like to dance?
I know. I love it.
And plus dancing also, not only do you have fun with dancing, but it's also a good little workout for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Get your bones going, get the body moving, sweat a little bit.
That's good to do afterwards too. Like, so if I work out in the morning and I need to kind of move some of that lactic acid and I don't want to go out in the freezing cold, get some moving through the body, and then I'm not as sore the next day or whatever. Yeah.
What do you think Chelan would tell herself if she bumped into herself from 20 years ago?
20 years ago, I would have never imagined I would have been doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we hung out.
20 years ago, right? We were all a bunch of raging lunatics, if you will.
Yeah.
To put it lightly.
Yeah, that was a great time, though.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
Wouldn't trade it in for nothing.
I wouldn't either.
But glad they're over.
Yeah. I mean, I got a picture of the electric company that picture, that painting.
Yeah,
Bill got it for me.
Maria Valise did?
Yes,
she's awesome.
So I got that up in my little yoga room.
Oh, cool.
I mean, it's where I came from. I listened to a lot of great music there. I used to dance my ass off there, right in the front. I would make my way right up into the front,
Bang your shins up against the stage.
Cake and cupcakes, bellicose, after parties. Yeah. Oh, my God, the whole 9 yards. So much fun,
Hank and Cupcakes are back, too.
I saw that.
Yeah, they're doing some shows. I'm so happy for them.
Yeah, I saw that.
I'd moved down to Atlanta for a while, and now they're back up in Brooklyn. So
yeah, no, they were always a blast. So it's good energy,
Yeah.
But now I'm just, it's like I don't have to be inebriated to have a good time.
Exactly. And that's the important thing to get across, too. Because back in the day, it used to be like, oh, well, they don't have alcohol there, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
And now they don't have alcohol, good. Because now we're not dealing with assholes.
Right. I mean, some people can,
Right, for
It's just not for me.
Yeah. The whole, alcohol makes people different. It's not really.
Yeah, it kind of just untaps you, taps you out. I don't want to disconnect from my, connection that I have to the divine. And I think just putting that in my body just, gets me in a place where I'm just not, fully connected, I mean, and, I disconnect sometimes anyway, but it's just not because I'm putting, a toxic substance in my body, and it's just not worth it,
Yeah, I hear you. I'm no angel. I mean, I still have a drink from time to time, but nowhere's near where I was.
Yeah.
That's for sure. And thank God. And I can't handle it. And besides, a hangover nowadays lasts a week.
Yeah, and I love going to shows now too, because I
you
remember
absorb
all
it.
the music,
Yeah.
I mean, I remember how much money we spent on shows, that I can't even recall. And now it's like, you go to a show, you get to actually like enjoy the experience of the music on a totally different level,
How awesome was that Raid show this year, though?
It was so fun.
Yeah.
I told you, best show I probably been to
Ever? Really?
Honestly.
For me, it
I
was like
blown away.
Best show of the year, and I saw a lot of great shows this year. I went down to Jazz Fest in New Orleans in 2022 and saw like the Black Crowes and the Stevie Nicks and all this.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it was just such a jazz. If you've never been to Jazz Fest in New Orleans,
we went.
You got it. Yeah,
we went for Phil's 40th.
you have to.
Yeah,
it's
it was a
like
blast.
the best festival.
Yeah.
It changes your life as far as going to music festivals.
Yeah, I went when I was just sober too.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, I thought I bought the tickets before, and then I went to New Orleans, and it was such a great experience. So we had the best time, just all around great music, great food. It was a blast.
And then the after parties in New Orleans is where it's at.
Yeah.
But it's hard to do it all. Like, you can't go to Jazz Fest all day and then expect to do all the after parties.
Yeah.
And then some of the shows don't start till like 2 a.m.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was busy, but we had a good time. I think we went on the bayou. We went kayaking. We went on like one of those like haunted ghost tours or whatever. So we did it a lot. Yeah.
Did you go like cemetery tour or whatever?
Yes, we did.
How crazy is that all the bodies are buried above ground?
Yeah, it's nuts.
It is nuts.
Yeah.
Those cemeteries are just...
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Some creepy shit going on in there.
Yeah.
But New Orleans, what a great time that place is. But yeah, that Raid show was unbelievable. And for Zach to be sitting on a road case the whole time and just still bring the energy that they brought. Hopefully they come back. I'd like to see them come back and be on both feet. And because I can only imagine because that was the first time I ever seen him. It was a bucket list for me to see Rage.
Same.
And it just was truly remarkable.
Yeah, no, it was incredible. Like, I mean, I just got a whole different perspective of like taking in that energy and seeing like how productive it can be for people to go to a show with that kind of music. And how what that does for people, I mean, it like releases so much, like pent up energy and stuff. So yeah, that was awesome. And to see my husband, in his like glory too.
Yeah, reliving his youth.
Yes, I just looked over. I'm like, look at you. You're like in your natural state.
Go Phil. Go Phil.
Yeah.
It's your birthday.
He always gets to do all the fun stuff on his birthday.
Does he?
Yeah.
To just watch the people like our generation to have a good time, and then to think about it, like 25, 30 years ago, there would have been mosh pits and all this other thing. We were on the floor. There was none of that going on.
Oh, there was
it was
a
just
little
people
bit.
just jumping up and down, having a good time. Everybody was in harmony with one another.
Yeah.
People were super cool.
Yeah.
And it was quite the
I was
show.
kind of up and like looking down, so that was a really cool perspective. But I think he did such a great job.
And you saw it at the Garden too.
Yeah.
Wow, epic.
Yeah.
There's nothing like seeing a concert at Madison Square Garden. It's a whole nother realm.
Yeah, it is.
No matter where you go, you can go to, SPAC or Lakeview or whatever, but being at the Garden, and you can just feel,
crazy.
and musicians have said it. I've seen interviews with Trey Anastasio a few times
where
the Garden actually moves.
Yeah.
Because it's on, the 6th floor or whatever,
Yeah.
8th floor or whatever.
Yeah.
You could feel that building move when the energy's going and everybody's feeding it back. And
when you walk
see
in,
it.
the minute you walk in, I feel like it's already, because you're walking in, there's all these people. And, now post-pandemic, too, it's like even different. It's more different, it's just a different experience, and you're around people. And, it was a great, great concert. Yeah, we had a great time. Phil's always on top of it. He's like ready to go. He's like, we're gonna get tickets. I'm like, okay. Then he messed up and got 4 tickets. So then, like, our friends of ours got to go with us too, which was really cool. Yeah.
You have any concerts on the horizon?
Yeah. So the Radiohead band, the Smiles.
No.
Yeah, it's like a side band Phil found out about. So yeah, we might go down to New York to see that.
Cool.
I think it's Long Island.
Awesome.
Yeah. So it's like at a little venue. The Yeah Yeahs played there, and I wanted to go see them, but I didn't get to make that show. So I'm like a huge Yeah Yeahs fan. Like, oh my God, they're my absolute favorite.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm hoping maybe Gabe can slip one of their songs in.
You will tell him to. And
he'll do it. Yeah.
He's good like that.
Yeah.
Gabe is definitely good like that. All right, people. The order of the day is to check out Chelan's event. It's happening February 11th at 171 Genesee Street. She's got this really cool event. Align your chakras through a culinary journey and dance. This is going to be really cool. Embodied Utica.
Yeah.
I wish you so much luck on this,
you,
and I think
Z.
you're going to crush it. And I think this is something that is going to take off for you.
Thanks, Z.
And hopefully you can do it for years and years and years to come.
We'll see how it goes.
Yes.
I'll come on and tell you what's coming up next.
Anytime.
All right.
Anytime. Another show I got to tell everybody about, Sophistafunk and Friends at the Stanley Theater. It's going on Saturday, February 18th. It's going to be great. Sophistafunk and Friends featuring Mike Ganser from Aqueous, our good friend Sam Kinninger. Joe Driscoll's going to open the show. They've got the comb down horns. They've got percussion and MCs coming from the Frank White Experience and a whole bunch of other stuff, man. It's going to be a great time. Get your tickets, people. Get them at thestanley.org or go down to the Stanley box office on Genesee Street and save yourself on some of the fees, too. By going to the box office, you can save a couple bucks there because, Ticketmaster's a ripoff. But anyways, I don't want to say, I don't want to piss off the Ticketmaster people today. Yeah, I kind of work for them a little bit here and there. But anyways, Sophistafunk and Friends at the Stanley Theater, Saturday, February 18th. It's going to be a great time. I want to see all my friends there.
Yeah, I'm going.
And hopefully we can do more shows at the Stanley. We've got a couple things on the horizon, but I want to deliver with this one to prove to the boss that we can do it, So it's cool to get all the old EC crew back together, and we'll rock out at the Stanley. It was cool. We had Green Sky Bluegrass a couple weeks ago on a Sunday. And it was cool. I saw so many old friends that I haven't seen in so many years. So hopefully we can bring that back to the Stanley on the 18th of February. Also, shout out to EJA Moving Services. Joey's at 307. Utica Coffee. Dave Longaretta. Saranac Brewery and Ballsy. Ballwash.com. Use promo code members only and get yourself some nut rub, some sack spray. They got some really cool genitalia products, if you will. Hygiene for your groin area.
Yeah.
So you can hook up the whole Vanno family and use my promo code. It'll save you a couple bucks.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Put it in their stockings for Christmas.
That's what I did with the other stuff. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Chelan, good luck on this event. It's going to go great for you.
Thanks, E.
And we'll see you again soon.
All right.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.